Sup y'all, hello, how are you? So if you guys remember, not the last gratis haul that I had done, but the gratis haul before that, I had gotten a sample of the Becca Skin Love Foundation. Is that what it's called, Becca Skin Love? Yes, the Becca Skin Love Foundation. And I asked you guys if you wanted some kind of review or something like that on it. Not gonna lie, I was a little skeptical about doing a review because I thought, maybe it's a little bit trashy, a little bit ghetto, a little bit, because it's a sample. All I have is a sample. I don't have the bottle to show you or anything like that. But when I asked, so many of you guys wanted to see it, and I thought, Jesus, do I want to do this? Because essentially, if y'all want to know about the foundation, you can go out and get your own damn sample. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't buy it. Like, if you want to know, if you want to buy it, you could go buy a sample and see. But I guess to avoid having y'all drive to the store and stuff like that, I'm going to do the review. Because a lot of you guys were like, fuck yes, do it. So, this is going to be a review on the Becca Skin Love Foundation. I haven't done a review in forever. Y'all know I don't really fucks with reviews because I find them insatiably boring. So basically what's gonna go down is I'm gonna put it up on my face and I'm gonna tell you guys a little bit about the foundation, and then I'm gonna show you what it looks like and then tell you my thoughts on it, and then we be out. Okay, so I'm just gonna, my beauty blender is like kind of, this is the Japanese sponge, by the way, not a beauty blender. It's like not very wet, so I'm gonna spray her down. I actually washed it today though. Are you guys proud of me? I actually washed it. I mean, it's been maybe a disgusting amount of time since the last time I washed it. Maybe a little bit, maybe. So, I usually don't fucks with primers. Y'all know this if you watch me, but I know a lot of people wear primers before they put their foundations on. So I'm gonna wear a primer, A, because I got a new primer and I just wanna fucks with it a little bit, and B, most people use primer before they put foundation on, even though I don't. I only use primer. I got problems with verbiage today, wordage. I only use primer because, hydration. I just use primer to hydrate my skin. And this is just the Stila one-step, what's it called? Prime, Prep, Smooth, and Nourishes. If I'm acting a little weird in this video, it's because Tim's right downstairs, and you guys know I hate filming when he's here. I do. So, Becca Skin Love Foundation. This foundation has basically what I think they're doing with this foundation is they're trying to kind of emulate the IT Cosmetics CC cream. I wanted to say Bye Bye Under Eye. The IT Cosmetics CC cream. I think they're trying to emulate that with this foundation because this foundation has like a bunch of nutrients and stuff like that in it. It's got some like weird blah 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 nourishing complex or something in it. And if you are unaware, IT Cosmetics, their whole entire line is filled with, it's like created by plastic surgeons and what are they called, dermatologists and stuff like that, and it's got like skin benefits inside the foundation. I think that's what they're trying to do with this. They may or may not have even ripped off the packaging a little bit. I don't have the packaging obviously because I have a sample, but I'll flip up on the screen a picture of the packaging if I fucking remember. Let's be real, I'm not good at that. So I'm just going to apply this the way that I apply my foundation so you guys can see what it looks like the way I apply it. You can apply it however you want, but I've not used a brush with it, but I have like pulled it off my hand and used it with a beauty blender, and it basically looks exactly the same no matter how you apply it. Personally, I think. Obviously, a brush is going to give you a little bit more coverage. Did I tell you guys I was in the color olive? So like, obviously when I bought this color, I was a little bit more tan. I promise it'll even itself out. Right now, olive is just a hair dark on me, but I just go ahead and rub it down my neck. Once I get my concealer and everything like that on, like it'll be GTG, like good to go. It's just when I very first put it on, it's like, oh bitch, that is not the color of your skin. But if you look at my arm, it is. See, it's the same color as my arm. And it tends to like oxidize down to kind of like the color of my skin. I don't know, it's weird. Once I get my concealer and stuff on, it tends to look really good. Also, they have 24 shades in this shade range. The shade range is, even though there's only 24 colors, it's not horrible, but it's not that great either. And the thing with the shade range is that, by the way, I apply this with my fingers and then I go back through with my beauty blender and bounce it out. The shade range isn't horrible, but, and two, I want to mention too, I keep like trying to think of all these things. Y'all know I got the ADD. I wanted to mention too that it's not the easiest to apply with your fingers. It's easier to apply with the beauty blender, so I would assume that it's probably not the easiest to apply with the brush either, because it's really stiff when you're like trying to blend it out. It's kind of a thicker foundation. It doesn't feel thick once it's on, like you can't feel it that much, but when you're blending it out and stuff, it does feel a little bit thick. So anyways, the shade range isn't like the greatest, but it's not the worst either. But the shade range is like kind of off. Like I feel like if so I'm usually during the winter time like a fucking NC15 and MAC. Y'all know I'm a borderline albino bitch. Like I'm super, super pale in the wintertime. I feel like in the wintertime, they're not gonna have a shade light enough for me. When I was swatching, it's weird because when I was swatching it at the store, I was like, oh yeah, that would probably match me in the winter. But the thing is that I'm tan now. So everything I swatch on my skin looks way lighter than it actually is, versus if I was actually that pale. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if that makes sense. To imagine it matching me when I'm pale, because I've been tan for so long now. Like I've been tan since probably the beginning of June, the end of May, beginning of June. So because I've been tan for so long now, it's just like hard to imagine what my skin tone was before. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I know I'm a white ass bitch, but it's like because I'm tan when I swatch it on my skin. I don't know if that's making sense, but those of you that go from being extremely fucking white to like not extremely tan, but like pretty fucking tan, y'all know what I'm saying. So I just play it with my fingers, bounce out with my beauty blender. The other problem that I have with the shade range is that it's so olivey yellow undertoned that I feel like a lot of people are going to have problems finding a shade to match them. And it says that it's a medium to buildable coverage, but I feel like it's a full-on full coverage right from the bat. But y'all know I like a sheer coverage, so I'm not the best person to gauge as far as coverage goes, but I do feel like for me it's definitely full coverage. So I got a zit right here, if you can see, and this like covers it right off the bat. So if I've got like a blemish or something like that, I shear it out. I wear like a very thin layer of it. I didn't put that much on, even though I was like dipping back into this. This doesn't squeeze, so it's like hard to get stuff out. So I didn't even have that much on my hand when I was like dipping into this. So I feel like it's full coverage right away, because you can see it's like covering my zit. Kind of. Maybe not right now, because I may or may not have been picking at it earlier. Don't clock me. So this is what it looks like when it's completely blended out. It does have like a nice glow to it, but after probably like 5 minutes or so, that sets down and becomes like more of a satin type finish. I personally prefer a lot more of a dewy finish than what this gives. However, throughout the day, it gets dewier and dewier. It's like one of those foundations that like you first put it on, you're like, oh yeah, that's nice, very skin-like, very nice, I fucks with it. But then throughout the day, you're like, god damn, my skin looks so good. It looks all dewy and nice and fresh. So here is what it looks like really close. And you can see it's got like a glow to it. And that primer's like not the glowiest primer either. It's just like a hydrating one. It has like a real pretty sheen to it, and it looks very, very skin-like. It doesn't settle into my fine lines and pores, anything like that. Like, I think it's a really nice foundation. It's really skin-like. I'm actually like trying to decide whether I want to buy it, but I'm like in that weird phase where you're like, my tan is starting to not be a tan anymore, but sometimes I go out in the sun and get tan again, so I don't want to spend $44, because I forgot to say that's what it costs. $44 on a foundation that I'm only going to be able to use for like a month, you know what I'm saying? So this is what it looks like. Anything else I forgot to mention? Oh, Becca said that, like it's my girlfriend that had told me. Becca said that, just sounds weird. Becca claims, let's put it that way. Becca claims that this is good for oily skin, for combination skin, for dry skin, for sensitive skin, for all skin types. Medium to buildable full coverage, $44, 24 shades. Shade range is real weird, but I will say that the shade range does go very, very deep. Like the darkest shade in this range is a very, very deep shade. So if you have very deep skin tone, you may get lucky, girl. You may get lucky. I feel like they should extend their shade range, but all of Becca's foundations, they only have a 24 foundation shade range. So if you, and it correlates with the Becca full coverage. So if you're somebody that uses the Becca full coverage and you want to try this, you're going to be the same shade in this foundation that you are in that foundation. I know on camera the shade looks like super off. Maybe it doesn't, but maybe it does. But it kind of looks like it does in the monitor. I know on camera it might look super off, but I promise you in person it looks okay, girl. I promise. So I'm going to put the rest of my makeup on. I'm not going to do it on camera. Just to save time, because the people of the interwebs like to tell me whenever I do a review to get to the fucking point. So this one's for you, bitch, okay? And I will come back and show you how all the rest of my makeup looks like on top of this foundation. So BRB. Okay, this is what it looks like with the rest of my makeup on. I don't wear blush, so just throwing that out there, but my bronzer went on really good. I used cream bronzer, and a lot of times with cream bronzer especially, foundations have a tendency to like pull off where you're putting your bronzer at, and this one doesn't do that. So final verdict, this is a really good foundation, you guys. It's a really good one. You should check it out. I would definitely suggest going and getting a sample of it, trying multiple different colors. Like I said, the color range is just really fucking weird. Like, it makes no sense. It's very, very yellow toned. It's almost like the what's it called, the L'Oreal Infallible. You know how that's like very olivey yellow undertone? That's how this one is. It stays on your face forever, and like I said earlier, it's one of those foundations that just looks better the more time goes on. Your natural oils start to mix with it. It looks very dewy and glowy and very nice. So that is that. If you guys want to know everything else I put on my face, I will leave it listed in the click down below. My family is waiting on me, and we gonna go to the fair. So that's it. That's what's up. If I missed anything or I forgot anything, because it's been fucking forever since I've done a review, just let me know in the comments and I will answer any questions for you. Let's go through. I already told you 24 shades, any skin type, $44. Packaging is a little bit of a ripoff of the It Cosmetics CC Cream, just saying. Stays on, wears really well, and I don't think there's anything else I'm missing. Very skin-like. I think that's it. So that's what's up. I like this foundation a lot. I might have to wait till I'm a little bit paler to buy some. And again, I cannot attest to whether or not it's going to match you if you're like super, super fair. I want to say I don't think so, but just go to the store, swatch it, and see. Like I said, it's not super fair, but it does go to very, very deep. So if you have a deep skin tone, it's going to match you out. If you have a very olive or yellow undertone, you're going to love it, because I know it's really hard to find like yellowy undertone foundations. So that's it. That's what's up. That's my review. I know it doesn't look right on camera, but I promise it does in real life. So that's it. Now I'm going to outro. So thank you guys so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you have not. Oh, don't forget to engage in the video, because if you do not engage, there is a possibility that you will get unsubscribed from my channel, whether you want to be or not. So you can hit notifications. If you don't want to hit notifications, that's cool too. Just engage, like it if you liked it, dislike it if you disliked it, leave a comment saying, hey, what's up, girl, and I will comment you back. So follow me on the gram. I don't do much over there, but I'm trying, girl. I'm trying. Y'all know I got a lot of shit going on right now. But anyways, I think that's it. So I will catch you guys in my next one. Peace.
Oh, I can't. What's wrong with my mouth? There we go. Excuse me, could you not do that, please? Could you not do that, please? Thank you. I feel okay, you don't have to go downstairs. He's on. Oh, I gotta